A single adjustment of a welding torch can completely change the quality of a weld. Many beginner welders focus on the metal, filler rod, or welding technique, but overlook one of the most important factors in gas welding, the flame itself. A flame that is too rich in fuel can contaminate the weld. A flame with too much oxygen can make metal brittle and weak. Even experienced welders know that choosing the wrong flame can ruin an otherwise perfect job. That's why understanding gas welding flames is one of the first skills every welder must master. Whether you're repairing automotive parts, fabricating sheet metal, working on copper piping, restoring classic vehicles, or learning welding for the first time, knowing the difference between a neutral flame, a carburizing flame, and an oxidizing flame can dramatically improve your welding results. Modern welding technology has introduced advanced TIG, MIG, laser, and robotic welding systems, but oxy-fuel welding remains highly relevant in 2026. It's still widely used for metal fabrication, maintenance work, cutting operations, brazing, artistic metalwork, and field repairs where electricity may not be available. In this guide, you'll learn what gas welding flames are, how they work, the three major flame types, where each one is used, and how professional welders choose the correct flame for specific materials and applications. Let's get started. What are gas welding flames? Gas welding works by combining oxygen and a fuel gas, typically acetylene, inside a welding torch. When these gases mix and ignite, they create a high-temperature flame capable of heating, cutting, melting, and joining metals. The characteristics of the flame depend entirely on the ratio of oxygen to acetylene being supplied to the torch. By adjusting this ratio, welders can create three distinct flame types: a neutral flame, a carburizing flame, and an oxidizing flame. Each flame produces different temperatures, chemical reactions, and welding characteristics. Choosing the correct flame is critical because it directly affects weld strength, penetration, surface finish, metal properties, corrosion resistance, crack resistance, and overall weld quality. In modern fabrication shops, flame selection remains an essential skill despite the growing use of automated welding systems. Why flame selection matters. Think of a gas welding flame as the personality of the weld. The flame doesn't just supply heat, it also influences how the metal reacts during welding. A properly selected flame can produce stronger welds, improve appearance, reduce defects, prevent contamination, increase productivity, extend component life. An improperly selected flame can cause porosity, brittleness, excessive oxidation, cracking, weak joints, and poor penetration. That's why professional welders spend time adjusting the flame before beginning any job. The three main types of gas welding flames. There are three primary types of flame used in oxy-acetylene welding. 1. Neutral flame. 2. Carburizing flame. 3. Oxidizing flame. Each serves a specific purpose. Let's examine them one by one. Neutral flame. The neutral flame is the most commonly used gas welding flame. In fact, it is the flame most welders use for the majority of welding operations. A neutral flame is produced when oxygen and acetylene are mixed in approximately equal proportions. This balanced mixture allows complete combustion without introducing excess oxygen or excess carbon into the weld metal. Because of this balanced condition, the flame neither oxidizes nor carburizes the workpiece. It simply provides clean, controlled heat. Characteristics of a neutral flame. A neutral flame is recognized by a sharp and clearly defined inner cone, bluish-white inner cone color, light blue outer envelope, quiet and stable flame, no feather beyond the inner cone. Professional welders often describe it as a clean-looking flame with excellent control. Temperature of a neutral flame. The temperature near the tip of the inner cone reaches approximately 5,850 degrees Fahrenheit, 3,232 degrees Celsius. This temperature is sufficient for welding most engineering metals. Uses of neutral flame. The neutral flame is ideal for welding mild steel, stainless steel, cast iron, aluminum, copper, nickel alloys, most ferrous metals, most non-ferrous metals. It is commonly used in automotive repair, sheet metal fabrication, general maintenance, pipe welding, structural fabrication, and artistic metalwork. Why welders prefer neutral flames. The neutral flame provides excellent heat control, strong weld quality, minimal contamination, good penetration, and attractive weld appearance. This is why experienced welders almost always begin by setting the torch to a neutral flame before making any additional adjustments.
2. Carburizing flame. The carburizing flame is also called a reducing flame. It is produced when the acetylene supply exceeds the oxygen supply. In simple terms, there is more fuel gas than oxygen. Because of the excess acetylene, part of the carbon from the flame can be absorbed into the weld metal. This characteristic makes the carburizing flame useful for certain specialized applications. Characteristics of a carburizing flame. The carburizing flame is easily identified by a visible acetylene feather, 3 distinct flame zones, a bluish-white inner cone, a white feather extending from the cone, a light blue outer envelope. The feather becomes longer as more acetylene is added. This visible feather is one of the easiest ways to recognize a carburizing flame. Temperature of a carburizing flame. The inner cone temperature is approximately 3,700 degrees Fahrenheit, 2,038 degrees Celsius. This is lower than the temperature of an oxidizing flame. Uses of a carburizing flame. Carburizing flames are commonly used for hard-facing operations, brazing, soldering, high-carbon steel applications, nickel welding, monometal welding, and certain aluminum applications. The reducing atmosphere helps prevent oxidation in some metals. Modern applications in 2026. Even with advanced welding technologies available today, carburizing flames remain useful in restoration projects, vintage automotive repair, custom fabrication, artistic metalworking, and specialized brazing operations. Many metal artists still prefer carburizing flames because of the control they provide over the surface finish. Limitations of carburizing flames. Too much carbon absorption can cause brittle welds, cracking, weak joints, and excessive soot formation. For this reason, carburizing flames are generally not recommended for ordinary steel welding. 3. Oxidizing flame. The oxidizing flame contains more oxygen than acetylene. This creates a hotter and more aggressive flame. While excess oxygen can damage many metals, it is beneficial for certain materials and cutting applications. Characteristics of an oxidizing flame. An oxidizing flame is identified by a short inner cone, a pointed flame shape, a distinct hissing sound, a slight purple tint, and a higher flame intensity. The inner cone becomes noticeably shorter compared to a neutral flame. Experienced welders can recognize an oxidizing flame almost immediately from both its appearance and sound. Temperature of an oxidizing flame. The oxidizing flame is the hottest of the three. Its inner cone temperature reaches approximately 6,300 degrees Fahrenheit, 3,482 degrees Celsius. This extremely high temperature allows rapid heating and cutting. Uses of oxidizing flames. Oxidizing flames are commonly used for brass welding, bronze welding, copper welding, zinc alloys, manganese steel, and metal cutting. Why oxidizing flames are used for cutting. The excess oxygen promotes rapid oxidation of the metal. This reaction creates molten oxide, commonly known as slag. The slag is blown away from the cut, allowing the torch to slice through steel efficiently. This principle is still used extensively in demolition work, shipbuilding, heavy fabrication, steel construction, and scrap metal processing. Limitations of oxidizing flames. Using an oxidizing flame on ordinary steel can cause excess oxidation, porosity, brittleness, reduced strength, and poor weld quality. This is why welders avoid oxidizing flames for most mild steel welding applications. Quick comparison of the 3 gas welding flames. Flame type, oxygen ratio, temperature, main use. Neutral flame, equal oxygen and acetylene, about 5,850 degrees Fahrenheit. General welding. Carburizing flame, excess acetylene, about 3,700 degrees Fahrenheit. Hard facing, nickel welding, brazing. Oxidizing flame, excess oxygen, about 6,300 degrees Fahrenheit. Cutting, brass and copper welding. How professional welders choose the correct flame. Professional welders don't simply light the torch and begin working. They consider material type, different metals react differently to oxygen and carbon. Joint design, thick joints may require different heat characteristics than thin sheet metal. Desired weld properties, strength, hardness, ductility, and corrosion resistance all influence flame selection. Industry requirements. Industries such as aerospace, automotive, shipbuilding, and pipeline fabrication often have strict welding procedures specifying flame types. Modern advancements in gas welding. Although MIG, TIG, robotic welding, and laser welding dominate modern manufacturing, gas welding continues to evolve. Recent developments include advanced torch designs. Modern torches provide better gas efficiency, improved flame stability, and enhanced operator comfort. Digital gas monitoring. Many industrial welding systems now feature digital flow meters, electronic regulators, and automated gas control. Safer equipment. Modern safety technology includes flashback arresters, automatic shutoff systems, leak detection devices, and improved hose materials. Eco-friendly gas solutions. Manufacturers are developing cleaner fuel alternatives that reduce emissions while maintaining welding performance. These innovations help keep gas welding relevant even in today's highly automated manufacturing environment. Common mistakes beginners make. Many new welders struggle with flame adjustment. Some common mistakes include using too much oxygen. This often creates an unintended oxidizing flame. Using too much acetylene. This leads to excessive carbon contamination. Ignoring flame appearance. Experienced welders constantly monitor the flame while working. Incorrect torch distance. Holding the torch too close or too far affects heat transfer and weld quality. Poor gas regulation. Improper pressure settings can create unstable flames and inconsistent welds. Avoiding these mistakes can significantly improve welding results. Conclusion. Understanding gas welding flames is one of the foundations of successful welding. The neutral flame remains the most widely used because it provides clean, balanced heat for most welding operations. The carburizing flame is valuable for specialized applications that benefit from a reducing atmosphere, while the oxidizing flame excels in cutting and certain non-ferrous metal applications. Even in 2026, as robotic welding systems, laser welders, and automated fabrication technologies continue to advance, the principles of flame adjustment remain as important as ever. Every skilled welder understands that the quality of a weld often begins long before the metal melts. It starts with selecting the correct flame. Mastering these 3 gas welding flames will not only improve weld quality, but also help you work more safely, efficiently, and professionally in any welding environment.